start concealing, I'm gonna just spray my face. I make the little 3, 1, 2, 3 right here, going down my nose. Going on the sides of my face, so to make that contour right here, where the cheekbone is. Underneath the eye. And last concealer I'm going to use is my favorite one I've been using so far. It's the Makeup Revolution one. So since I got too much of that anyway, I'm just going to do a little bit. Kind of blend that in. Okay. So make sure when you blend this, you blend it really well, and that you basically like drench your blending sponge and then just kind of wring it out with your hand so that get all the water and moisture out of it, okay? And so far it looks so good, and that's the goal of it, is to look creamy. Well, I like mine's creamy as far as the concealer, just look creamy. I like doing my concealer, making sure I go right here, like it's like the creases of your nose, because this is where if I'm going to start sweating and getting very oily, this is where it's going to happen at. So right here, for me, it does. Take that concealer. When you're taking concealer, make sure you go underneath your eyes really good, and going all the way up. Cause then in a minute when I do my contour, we're gonna blend it out. And after I set damp it, I'm gonna, before I set and do the other eye, I'm going to set this with my Sasha Buttercup powder. Again, this is one of my favorite powders. Take a clean brush that you have. This is the one by Real Techniques. Take some, dab it on right here to get some of that loose powder off. And then before it sets real fast, we just want to tap it real good. So we're not baking yet. I'm just tapping so it doesn't. Okay. Again, since we're using the same beauty blender, go ahead and blend out the other side. And the reason that I go ahead and just kind of set my makeup real quick with the concealer underneath the eyes, because this is where, as far as my makeup, I find it that it will crease most likely. Most times when I do my makeup, it hardly ever creases right here. So this is where I feel like if it's going to crease at any point, it's going to do it right here. Places where I'm moving my face, you know, like that constantly. Okay, I'm going to take that same brush that I just used a while ago. Take some right here. Do the same thing. Tap, tap, tap. And pat, 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 pat. Just for right now underneath your eyes. And with this, my favorite powder to use is Sasha Buttercup. But if you have another powder to use, I know I also like using Laura Mercier. Go right ahead and use your powder, whatever powder that you want to use. But I just like using this one because this is my favorite. Also, they have like translucent powders, which basically it's a clear base powder that you can use for any type of color, as far as skin color that you have, and that's really good to use as well. Okay, so far it did really good. And now, as far as contouring, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the other concealer that I have in the C16, and it's a darker color versus the other one I just showed you. And where is it? Okay, I was like, lost it already. So, as you can see, if I set it still, one is dark, this is brown, and this is like, not white, but I guess a creamier version of this. So this is like dark brown, this is like cream white. And just what we just kind of made that crease set a while ago, all I'm doing is following that line. Exactly what I just did a while ago. So I started up here when I used my beauty blender. I'm just starting right here again. Perfect. And then in a minute, we're gonna blend it out. Starting right here, because this is where I started my line at. Right here. Now going down the sides of my nose. And what I like to do is take it all the way up here. Not too far, but like right here. And then I can use another clean brush and I'm gonna blend it out. Okay. Then as far as my forehead, take a little bit and make just like little dots right here. And I'll take one right here. You can make them little like this, or you can make them long, however you want it. And then I like to take a little bit at the bottom, barely noticeable, and do it right here. So do a little bit. Now luckily, because I just have that beauty blender, I have that to use. And as far as the bottom, I'm just gonna simply use that same brush, the Kabaki brush, and get at the bottom of my face where it's very not noticeable. So nobody will ever notice that I did this. That's up, y'all. Okay? Take that same beauty blender, because I'm done using my concealer. So it's not gonna, you see, it's like a brown tannin shade right here. It's not gonna show. Take that same beauty blender and you can use a clean side on the other side. I'm gonna use that other side that's clean and blend that out. Okay? Go take that same side and blend down on the other side of my face. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. Awesome. And now we're gonna take a little bit of this brush, I can't get it right today, y'all, I'm sorry. Beauty blender and go up. Take a little bit. Dot, dot, dot. Okay. Now that we've done that, all you gotta do is set your concealer. We already have done that, but if you wanna go ahead and bake, now's the time to bake. So when I say bake, I have another little brush that I use. I just use the Equate wedges. So you can use any wedge for this. It's like a white wedge or whatever color it is, depending on the brand. Take a white wedge and get some more of that Sasha Buttercup powder. Get some, and now it's time. I like to bake. So if you want to bake, go right ahead and bake. So bake. Leaving that powder right underneath your eye. I take a little bit, not too much. Okay. I like to bake going down my nose, just like we did everything a while ago as far as concealer. You're just gonna bake wherever you just concealed and did your bronzing, well, contouring, excuse me. Okay. I like to bake right here where I told you before where I get oily a lot, so right here on the sides of my nose. Okay. And on the sides of my face, so right here. And when I do this, you can see where I put that the C16 concealer at. As far as contouring, you can see it where I outlined it at now. And that's what we want right here, and that looks gorgeous. Okay. And while I do that, I like to just leave this baking powder up here for a little bit while I set my contour. And when I set that, I use my NYX matte bronzer in the deep tan. I take a clean brush, but in my case, I just use the same brush that I bake underneath my eyes with, because I'm not going to use it again after I use it now. And just bake and kind of set while I just baked it. And whenever you're setting where you had just contour it or bake, try to get a powder that's similar to the same color or shade that you just used to bake. So for my instance, for example, I just use a brown contour for my skin since I'm chocolate. So try to get something like deep tan or deep, because it's gonna really highlight the features that you just highlighted. Gonna bring out this really good. Underneath right here, just a little bit. Nobody would ever notice unless you point it out. Right here. Okay. Almost done. Take a clean brush, and what you're gonna do is get rid of the powder. So for this, I'm taking this brush and kind of sweep away the powder. And see how good it looks with the makeup? Sweep away. Sweep, sweep, sweep.